Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John, your game master for the evening, and joining me, just to start off, not joining me this week, is Jack. He will be missed. And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin druid.
Princess is the word you
Princess.
usually use.
There we go. That's where I am today. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna forget a spell.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And previously missed but no longer, Craig.
Hi, I'm back, and once again playing Grumman Bellmender, although John did such a good job with it last week, you probably won't notice any difference.
Just, one less voice coming out of my microphone mostly. And Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille. I'm playing Annabella Mercantis, the human ranger spy body person thing.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And we will also not be joined by Jeremy this week. He will be missed. When last we left off, y'all were getting your ass beat. So let's jump right back into it. We pick back up at the top of the initiative round, which is awkwardly Jeremy's character's turn. Which means and I say awkwardly because it means I have to open up D&D Beyond and find his character sheet.
You didn't say any of the things we like to say at Final Show.
Oh, right. That's right. Thank you, Camille. As always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights and human rights, and fuck the police. And would anybody like to add anything else?
I just want to add.
I just don't understand why we have to say fuck the police every week. I just don't. It's a little...
Because until they stop giving me reasons to, basically.
That's your business. As you were, sir.
All right. Where the fuck is this character sheet?
Who, Jack or Jeremy?
Jeremy. I guess I also need to grab Jack's.
Got too many.
So many character sheets.
I think I can adequately simulate the Jeremy experience. Come up with an absolutely fantastic plan, roll some ones. Move on.
I mean, if you want me to just call the dice as ones, I can do that.
I mean, it would be accurate.
All right, so it's Nyx's turn. Nyx says...
The worst part is Jeremy would probably be like, yeah.
Nyx is right over there. So Nyx is going to... Nyxa has this big fucking sword. I think that'll be the thing that they try to apply to this character first. They do have a level of exhaustion, which doesn't affect combat rolls yet. So, attack. Well, that's a 20, which hits. So let's go ahead and roll damage on that. So 23 points of damage, 7 of which is radiant. And anything else you can do? You have a bonus action. Oh, also added an extra 5 to that because they were cursed. So, nope, that's it. Good turn, Nixa. It's a Wraith's turn. It's this one, the one that's next to Titania, and has a
And me.
It has to do the thing, saving throw.
also next to Ithram, but it has a goal in mind.
It's saving throw first, wisdom. As I remember that I have to grab that sheet. So that I
10.
know how- Okay, that fails. It's gonna take damage, which is on my other character sheet. Hang on.
The damage is on your other character sheet.
On my other character sheet because it's too difficult to build in the other one. So it's easier to do it this way. Okay. 3d8. 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant damage. Takes it.
Yes.
It takes it, and then continues its hitherto enlightened conversation of.
Real tired of these things taking damage to the face and just keeping walking.
Yeah.
You guys do that.
It's
Yeah.
the PCs, John. We're supposed to do it.
Does a 23 hit you, Titania?
Yes.
Cool. You take 23 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
Shit. Okay.
We need to redefine that word for you, John, because I feel like it doesn't mean what you think it
That's
is.
off my temp HP though, so we're okay. Con save?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12.
12 is a failure. Do you have any inspiration you'd like to use?
I do. Yeah. Let's do that. Nope.
6 is also a failure.
Okay.
So, in addition to taking the 23 points of necrotic damage, your hit point maximum is reduced by 23.
Okay. Okay.
Which does affect your hit points, not your temporary hit points.
Okay. We're getting really low.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's this one's turn. Over here. That one, the one that's next to Grummond. This time, Grummond can be here to react in real time.
Hey.
Oh, Grummond, there is this ashen shadow of a ghost in front of you.
Not the one that's a hugging on me.
No.
Okay. Because I know. Oh, I keep in mind, I say this as someone who's owned a brewery for nigh on 80 years. Your breath is terrible.
Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
All right, that's its turn.
No, I would like to spend a key point.
Ah.
It hits the other ghost.
It hits the other ghost. All right.
Yes, it does.
Get it,
Drunken master.
So it sort of reaches out with this sand and that just sort of lashes out towards you, attempting to grab and desiccate you, or this ash. And as it does and misses, you just sort of sway off to one side and use and sort of drag the larger one into the path of this attack. Oh, yes.
Yeah, just
Also
sort
make a
of
saving throw for your
moving the one that's holding on to me. Yeah, just sort of twist it, almost like he's dancing with it.
Yeah.
Move
yes.
it into the pass of the other one.
Make a Constitution saving throw for your concentration, Mara.
Yep. 14. I'm good.
So you took 23, which means you would need to make 11. Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
All right. Well, in that case, it's going to do its damage to the other one.
Yay. 4.
15 necrotic damage to the other ghost. Which is, fortunately, immune to necrotic damage. So,
Oh, damn. Okay, well, still fun.
Valdeth.
Yep. I have no reactions. I have just the one. Am I restricted to one attack only if I make my attack action on this particular lethargy slow? Or
Yeah, you're apathetic. No, you're not restricted to one attack. You're just restricted to one, either your action or your bonus action. So you can still get all your attacks in the action. You just can't do anything else.
I've got one sen on me. Fuck it, we're just gonna attack with the gunblade twice. Natural 20. I wish I had a reaction to pull a trigger. For 16 slashing and 12 radiant damage.
I like the narrative, conceit of that is that you hit it with the gunblade and you don't give a shit enough to pull the trigger. It's like, I could do more damage, but it's effort.
I like the notion that this fight doesn't even offer enough attention for her, so she's just slashed critical strike through the thing without actually paying attention to it. Is it still standing with that, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Second attack, 24.
That hits.
For 16 more slashing and 1 more radiant.
All right. That's the end of your turn. Go ahead and make your. It was a.
I don't know what saving throw it was.
It was a. The wisdom saving throw, wasn't it? Hang on, I can find this out quickly. Just go back up to the last time you made attacks, and then look at whatever roll you made that wasn't an attack. Oh, you didn't save against it last time. Hang on. I think it's actually a Constitution saving throw. No, it's a. It is a Constitution saving throw, I believe. Yep.
Right. 19.
19. You finally break free of the apathy. No, because it is a charisma saving throw because Grumman saved it with his force of personality.
Right. Yes, it's the same roll either way.
Yeah. I don't know, Craig. You watched last week's episode. Do you remember what saving throw it was?
Yeah, I believe it was charisma.
Okay, charisma saving throw. But I mean, it's the same roll, so it's fine.
Both my Constitution and my Charisma are a +3.
Yes, you are no longer apathetic as you shake yourself free of the apathy. Grummond.
Good. I have a reaction now.
Hey, all right. So the one that currently has him grappled, Grumman sort of while planting both feet after the sway, the almost dance-like sway that brought it into the path of the other shot, he leans back, and swings his head forward, just nutting it in the forehead. So I'm going to take one swing there, and I don't know if that went through or not.
15.
Oh, it did.
15
Okay.
just hits.
All right. I would like to use my once per turn action of for Crusher to shove it away from me 5 feet and break the grapple.
Does shoving it away break the? Is that part of the Crusher ability, or is it just shove it 5 feet?
Yeah, it's the Crusher. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided it is no more than one size larger than you.
So that doesn't necessarily break the grapple, though.
Then
I think it does.
Technically speaking, when something gets forcibly moved outside of its reach, it loses the grapple. But that's up to you.
If you would like, I will. You know what? Just, I don't want to. I don't want to slow us down. You can think about it between now and next time.
Go ahead.
I'm going to spend a point.
Used it. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. I'm going to say that lets you try to break free, basically.
Okay.
I would agree with that, John. I think that's fair.
Not great. It's an 8.
So yeah, you hit it, you move it back. It rolled a 16 though, so you just slide with it basically.
All right, so I'm gonna spend a key point to stun it then.
All right.
From this hit.
So on the second hit, which is 25, so go ahead and roll your damage for it.
Oh sure. Oh, and
yeah, you should roll the damage for the first one too.
Yeah. So 15 and then 12.
All right, and then it needs to make a con save.
Yes.
15. Rolls a 12.
Okay. So it is stunned. So essentially there's the headbutt, which makes it stumble back, but it's still grabbing onto.
It is not immune to
Grumman.
stun. So yeah, you headbutt it, you slide back with it. Then how do you hit it?
It's at that point while it's stumbling back, Grumman ducks down under the grasp of its arms and comes back up sort of with a looping backhand, and as it staggers out of his grasp, we'll reach down to, if you'll let me do this as an incidental, we'll reach down to his belt, pull off a wide-bottomed flask, take a swig out of it, and turn and say, "Oh, Titania, orders up!" and throw it to Titania. And then I'm going to spend a key point to Flurry of Blows.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
This means enough to me that I will use one of my Flurry of Blows to be the throw if you want me to.
No, you don't have to do that. This is for something else. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, not great. 15.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Saving throw.
Yeah,
that would be a 20. That would be a 20.
Okay. So yeah, you expertly throw the bottle. As you do, you notice some of the alcohol sprays out of the bottle as you drink back, chug it, and fling. Some of the alcohol just sort of sprays forward. And as you smack into this thing, partly what stuns it is the hit, but also partly what stuns it, you notice, is the liquid striking into it makes this ashen wraith solidify a little bit. Not enough, not a lot at the moment because only a little bit of drops hit it, but it is stunned at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, everybody watch out. These things are thirsty. They're coming for your flasks. And I will punch. Let's see. Yeah, I'll punch the one in front of me, the one that was holding me again. So he comes back around sort of with the from the throw, just sort of continues that loop around, and ending it with a flat. Actually, just ends it with a slap. Of a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
That's 10 more points of damage. And then from that slap, we'll sort of turn. The slap goes like this, and then come back with a left from under and punch this other one.
Okay.
And that is an 18.
An 18 hits.
All right. And does Titania have to roll to see if she catches the flask?
Yes, I'll say in this case, particularly because she's been weakened.
Okay. Can I do? Is that okay to do that now? Because that would depend on where I move.
Yeah, that's fine.
What am I rolling?
Dexterity saving throw. So it's a.
Hang on, let me see. I have to see. I don't know how many inspirations I had. If I have more than one, let me check real quick.
Can this?
No, I don't. It was
no. That's fine. Can this be sort of like a long arcing throw? Because Grumman's got plenty of movement still. Can I run over and catch it and then just hand it to her?
You're in the middle of fighting at the moment when you see this, and you had also already thrown it first and then went to punching. So as you finish the second punch, you turn to look at Titania. Right as the bottle into her face.
And there, I'm gonna say I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna dive for it, go prone, and then stand back up because that only takes 5 feet of movement.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, Titania. As the
Oh,
bottle
okay,
bounces
cool.
off of your face, flies off of your face, and as Grumman dives for the bottle, make me an
Half your current hit
an
points right now.
acrobatics check, Grumman.
Oh yes, I would love to. Thank you. That's a 29, sir.
And you, right before it's about to hit the wraith in front of Titania, you catch it.
All right, and I will
you
catch
do get
it.
attack of opportunity from the other ghost that you jumped
No,
away from.
no, I don't,
Oh,
because
you
a
have-
tipsy sway.
Right.
I don't take. When I use flurry of blows, I automatically get
That's
disengaged
right,
for the
that's
rest of the
right.
round. So sort of, turns and sort of as they swing, he just kind of ducks under and goes, "Oh, look out!" and dives for it, grabs it out of the air, turns around and holds it out to Titania and goes, "Sorry, it's been quite a few years since I was in charge of bottle service. A little bit rusty," but is holding out the bottle. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Annabella, you're no longer paralyzed. You are still apathetic, though.
I'm still apathetic, so that means I only get my one attack.
You get action. You can get an action or a bonus action, not both.
Right.
And
So I get my action,
yeah.
which means I get it's 2 attacks, but
Correct.
it's just the action. I don't get my bonus action to use my quick draw.
Yeah, or you can't. You've already used your quick draw and you haven't reloaded it yet, so you don't use bonus action for any spells or anything you might have. And you don't get a reaction. Your movement's halved.
Right. And actually,
you are also in melee with an enemy, which means that
I am in melee.
Any ranged attack should make her at disadvantage unless you have the crossbow master feat.
Crossbow master?
Yeah, crossbow mastery is a feat which lets you make ranged attacks while engaged in melee with enemies without having disadvantage. It also doesn't specify what kinds of...
I discovered I hate 5e. Seriously, like that's a 3rd level ranger thing in 3.5. Alright,
Hilariously, it applies to all range attacks, regardless of type.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's not just for rangers. Mages spellcasters can also use it.
No, what I'm saying is like at fucking like 2nd or 3rd level in 3.5, you get fucking
Point shot. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it means that as a ranger you can be in melee. And now so anyway, all right, I'm not gonna hold up against for my pitching. All right, so what is that for my shots?
It's just disadvantage. It means you roll twice, take the lower.
I just want to say, Camille, I just spent like 5 minutes on bullshit about throwing a bottle. So please don't worry about spending your time on things.
Well, right now I'm frustrated because it means I can either take a 5-foot step back, which is going to be actively pointless because the fucking thing is just gonna come after me, and I'm gonna have to do the same fucking thing next round, or I can take 2 shots at disadvantage and probably miss both of them, which I guess is what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah, I missed 5-foot step too.
You have a +12 to your attack rolls. Do you know how hard it's going to be for you to miss an attack, even with the disadvantage?
And because he said that. Okay, so all right. I'm going
You could
to
shoot this motherfucker in the face and not miss with disadvantage.
I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker in the face twice with my acid light arrows, which are I guess they're oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm navigating my character sheet the wrong way. All right, so let's see.
Oh, right. Fucking.
Maybe if I
Remembering that I need to be on Roll20 on Edge rather than Chrome, just because Chrome has decided it doesn't like Roll20 for me.
Chrome has decided it doesn't like Roll20 for a lot of things, like not even just World of Darkness games. Which is particularly weird considering Roll20 is trying its best not to support Edge, but Edge still runs it better than Chrome.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's that one.
All right. So a 17 hits. So roll your damage for the first shot.
Okay. So roll my damage for the first shot.
You get your Colossus Slayer applies, your Acid Light Arrow applies, and yeah, so you toggle those two and hit the just press the name of the attack in chat.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And for your second shot, a 15 also hits. So you hit twice. You just got to roll damage twice.
Hit twice, so I gotta go over to that. And, all right. So 17 damage on the first one.
Do you declare this one your favorite foe when you hit it?
Yes.
Okay, so get that full damage.
23 damage, but yeah.
23 damage. Yeah, you killed it in one shot. So actually,
Sweet.
you don't need to. So actually, you can direct that second attack at someone else. As you
Even with apathy.
Yeah, you still get your both attacks.
Sweet.
You just don't get anything else. So
Sweet.
you
All right.
blow through the one right
then-
next to you with an arrow, and your second attack, which isn't a disadvantage, so it would have been a 19. So who you aiming that one at?
This one here. Did that ping? It did not ping. Why is it not pinging?
Yeah, click and hold.
Oh, click and hold. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That one.
That one. All right.
Yep.
So roll the damage for the second one.
And that was the.
So I don't think you can declare your favorite enemy twice. So this one's
right.
just the Colossus Slayer and Acid Light Arrow. So that's 14 damage. All right, good shot. Still up, but good shot.
Two beautiful shots, Annabelle, and glad to have you with us.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, don't be so modest.
And now you roll a charisma.
And
saving throw.
I roll my. Is it charisma?
Yeah, charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
You can use this feature to mark a favorite enemy a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain expanded uses when you finish your long rest.
Yeah, but is it you can you mark it at any time, like every time you hit an enemy, not just once per turn?
Yeah. It lasts for 1 minute or until you lose concentration.
No. Well,
That's the only thing.
well, in that case, you can mark that one too. So mark off if you want to. So mark off a second use of your favorite foe.
Okay. Well,
And that would have killed it. So it's dead. You killed 2, and with a 19, you
And
save from
19
the
on-
apathy.
yes.
So you are.
Fuck yes.
You.
Do I remember what Grumman said before?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Fuck yes. Oh, I'm gonna fuck these things up.
Just to himself, Grumman goes, right, still got it. I'm getting him back to when I coached the Swiggle softball team. Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's the end of your turn. You are no longer apathetic, and you killed 2 enemies, even with disadvantage.
Let me mark all that shit on my character sheet. So that was 2 acid light arrows.
And 2 more uses of your favorite foe. So I think you used favorite foe 3 times so far in the fight.
I think 3 times, yeah.
All right, Ithram.
All right. Let's see. I am going to. Distance. Well, actually, I don't really need to worry about that now. I'm gonna back up into this spot right here. I'm gonna kick back the stool behind me where the ghost was, and I'm gonna back up.
All right, so that's going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity
Yep.
from that one first. Does a 25 hit you?
Yes, even with shield.
All right, so you take 18 necrotic damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
11 is a failure. Do you have an inspiration?
I do.
You want to use
I'll
it?
Yeah. 21.
21 is a success, so your hit point maximum is not reduced. The other one also attacks you with as that longsword slashes towards you. A natural 20 hits.
You know what? No, yeah.
For 16 slashing and 10 necrotic damage.
Okay.
All right, and that one does not impose a. No, that one does not. All right, and it's your turn still. So, what you doing?
I'm gonna yell, Grumman duck, and I'm casting Chain Lightning directed at the wraith in the center, and then it's gonna bolt down to the 2 in the bottom and the 1 up top because I'm done. Done with these ghosts.
No questions whatsoever. Just immediately falls flat. I'm gonna go.
So
what's the bounce range?
30 feet.
Okay, so. Yep, that works.
So yeah, I kick the stool behind me back, and then spin my flail around so the bottom of it is pointed at the wraith, and then I cast Chain Lightning.
So Grumman, you go prone, which means you are currently prone.
Oh, so many ones. I will close to getting the feat that I want.
I will still hold the bottle up so that it's easily within reach for Titania, though.
It's like on your back, one hand held up for the bottle.
That's exactly it. Yep.
So a 6 for 1. A 7 for the next one. A 16 for the third one. And a 6 for the other. So all 4 fail. 2 of them are resistant to lightning damage, so 2 of them take half damage anyways, but let's see what happens. So for the ones that
is Chain Lightning just every secondary target takes half?
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah. No, never mind. I wouldn't be able to tell until after this happens, so
3 bolts that you create a bolt of lightning that arcs towards a target of your choice that you can see within range. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet. No, they all take the same amount of damage. It's just that they all get to save.
Yep.
Oh.
And some of them will, and if they're resistant, they take half damage, which 2 of them are.
I'm so used to Chain Lightning as a spell being like bounce between several targets, but it gets weaker with each bounce.
No.
Nope.
So half of 42 is 21.
21. Yep.
That one takes 21. That one takes 42. That one takes 42. That one takes 21.
Which ones does it? Can I tell which ones look like they took a little bit less damage?
Well, this one's dead.
So it's not that one.
Make a religion check.
Sure. 23.
23? Actually, the one that just died is one of the ones that was resistant.
Okay.
It just had that. It just didn't have enough hit points left to survive it. So it seemed like the dark wraith in front of Titania is the other one that was resistant. The other 2 were not.
Okay.
So
keep that down for next time. And bonus action. I know I got one. Where is it? I don't have any. Cool. Never mind.
All right. So now it's that one's turn. The Mage Hunter Ghost hunts a mage as it steps out of Titania's attack range.
I can do a spell at it. Oh, it has to do the wisdom save.
It has to do the wisdom save, that's right.
Yeah.
13.
Misses.
Get tore up by the spirit shroud.
Yeah. Hopefully. 14 radiant.
Still standing.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit it. I think.
Do you have booming blade?
No, I don't. And lots of my damage spells are necrotic.
Booming blade on attack of opportunity. I
That's
didn't think about that until just now.
Yeah, you get hit with it, then it detonates because you did just move.
That's dope as hell.
Oh,
Hey, John. Do I need to wait for my turn to talk?
No. You can talk between turns.
This
is all happening in a 6 second period of time. So.
All right. I'm lashing out at it with primal savagery. So you can't trip.
All right. Make your attack roll.
I've used that on an opportunity attack before in this campaign.
Yeah, but you killed it before it moved. I think is what happened.
Oh yeah,
that's cool as hell.
So
though.
It didn't fire off.
19.
Nice.
Acid.
Wait, why is your primal savagery at a -1?
Sorry. What?
Why is your primal savagery at a -1? It should use your wisdom modifier.
No, that's the damage roll.
Wait, that's the damage roll. Sorry.
Is that? That's damage.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that right. I know how spells
There
work.
we go.
16.
A 16 does not hit.
Well, shoot. Okay.
So you swing and a miss. And it moves over to Ithram. Sorry, Camila, did you want to yell something out?
Yes. Grumman, pour your alcohol on these things.
And
you're still under their effect. But all right, shooting like that, how can I ignore your advice?
I'll take 2 swings at you, Ithram. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
All right. And a 14.
That misses.
All right. So the first one hits with 8 slashing damage.
All right.
And it might not kill you.
God.
One necrotic damage.
Awesome.
Are you still up?
Yes.
Okay.
How much?
Has your max been reduced?
That's the amount of damage.
3.
That's the amount of damage it had to do to not kill it, to not knock Ithram down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's 1 hit point left.
Yep.
Good lord.
Is your max reduced by a lot or not?
3 points.
That's back from your thing.
Okay.
So
you're.
One of them is from a wraith attack, and then the other ones, because I remember making the joke about how I've been brought down to 83 permanently 3 separate times, 2 of which are my own
fault. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Titania, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Get away.
Yeah.
Come on, you can kill it.
Grumman is holding out the bottle to you.
Just smash it in the face with the bottle. Come on.
Grumman, did I have this?
I'm not good at. That would.
It would be a strength-based attack, yeah.
It would be a strength-based attack.
Unless you
Are there like kegs of probably very, very old alcohol sitting around in here?
I mean,
behind
to
the bar.
Be fair,
I didn't make a point of describing that behind the bar there was a rack of like old bottles and shit.
I don't
I'm absolutely using the shit out of that on my turn.
Would I know what this is? This a healing potion? Would I know this?
It's a beer.
Or no?
It's not a beer, but it's definitely not a healing potion. It is some kind of liquor.
It's some kind of
and if it looks like Titania is sort of gauging what to do, is that it? Okay? He's like, no, just drink it, move away. We go this.
It'd be my action to drink that or bonus action.
Bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay, then I am going to action. Heal Ithram. You have 70 hit points now.
Okay.
Titania can't.
Thank you.
Titania can't heal herself because she's at max hit points right
I'm
now.
at max. Yes, unfortunately.
8.
Yep. And if you have any disease going on, congrats.
And that syphilis just cleared right up.
Yeah. And then I am going to swig that potion.
Okay.
Last time I mess
That would
around
be-
with elementals.
No, that's
That
it.
would be the best like in character reaction from like a player character. It's like, heal, any disease you had's gone away. It's just like in character, like, oh, it stopped itching. What?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Exactly. I feel like I don't want to trick you on a metagamey level. This is just alcohol. There
Oh,
is no
okay.
there is no mechanical benefit to
That's
this.
all right.
Grumman just assumes everybody else likes to be a little drunk while they're fighting.
Okay. I mean, why not? Why not?
Okay.
And action. Well, I used the spell.
Heals
I
range.
do have the thing. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Does I don't know actually. Does using the staff is that a spell as well? So I can't do that because I've done the heal this turn, or is it different?
So using your action to cast a spell out of the staff is not technically casting a spell. It's operating a magical device.
Cool. Okay, then I'm gonna do a thunder wave.
But
I'm
you use
sorry,
your action
everyone.
to cast. But you use your action to cast heal.
Oh, I did.
And yes, heal is a 60-foot range.
Well, shoot. Okay.
Not right now. Baby.
I'm gonna disengage. And
You
It's
don't
also an
have to.
action.
Oh wait.
I'm gonna stand there.
But
And
they did
drink.
both. They did both already take their attacks of opportunity. So
Did.
Well, at least
I did.
drink the thing.
I'm gonna drink the thing and back away.
all right. You
Yeah,
drink
no,
the
they
thing.
both use their reactions on me.
Yep.
How far back are
Okay.
you going?
I still want to hit that thing with my stuff, just in case. So I'm backing up that far.
All right.
I don't
It-
think I can back far enough away for it to not be able to come after me.
That
Do you
one's
take
dead.
the bottle with you, or are you
Yes.
just grabbing a swig? Okay.
No, I'm still drinking it.
That
This
one's
is
All right, cool.
continual.
It
I'm going
is.
to attempt to drain the bottle.
It has sort of a smoky vegetal edge. It's basically
Mm.
like a mezcal with whatever this world's equivalent of agave is, but
Oh,
like a smoked one,
Agave.
not like a sort of the cleaner tequila taste.
oh, that's nice.
With a hint of rose water to it. So there's no sweetness to it, but it is very springtimey. There are a lot of botanicals and vegetables at work.
Well, that's really nice. That's my turn.
So it's Gent's turn. Gent, so
Like how Titania is really relishing in the aspect of having like a personal sommelier.
A little bit.
And Grumman's just excited to have somebody else that actually enjoys the stuff that he's offering them.
Gent looks around, sees the situation, and goes, well, fuck this shit. As he uses his those are all actions, so instead yeah. So he just very quickly whips out the Emperor's Virtue and fires off 2 rounds. The revolver sounding off quite loudly.
Oh, I can't wait to have that conversation with Jack.
A 20 hits. And a 16 hits. So with a 9 directed at the ghost next to Ithram. Ithram, you're watching as this ghost is sort of rearing up to attack you, and a bullet through its face as it dissipates.
That conversation would have been even better if Jack had actually managed to get the second Emperor's Virtue from the general's body as he died, and he had 2 copies of them.
Dual-wielding Emperor's Virtues. And 17 on the one that was next to Titania. It dissipates as well.
Yay.
So, bam!
I like to imagine dual wielding Emperor's Virtue is just like Vash with both copies of the gun.
Yeah, he blows smoke off the barrel, does a little flourish, holsters it, looks over towards the sand ghost, raises the bone grip. So up to now, you haven't really seen this gun come out at all, Annabella. But as he raises this, what looks like a blackened piece of bone, actually, Grumman, you also haven't seen this. You watch as a mass of flesh and blood vessels engorge out of the bone, solidifying into this fleshy pistol that he uses his bonus action to fire, which fires off this small bullet shaped like a bone.
It shoots its teeth.
God damn it! Why'd you get out of my head? I was like, I'm not gonna ruin everybody else's day by saying it fires teeth, and then.
So Jack has not fired the Finger of the Profane's untransformed form so often that he doesn't have an attack roll for it on his character sheet.
Yeah, he uses it pretty sparingly.
He only ever uses the transformed version. He never uses the untransformed version.
Grumman just sort of watches this from his position on the floor and then starts desperately scrabbling for one of the other bottles that is tied to him.
I have to roll the damage separately because it doesn't do as much damage as the transformed version.
See, saying the gun shoots teeth just makes me think of like the Diablo 2 Necromancer spell, Teeth.
Yeah.
And just a gun that shoots that.
For 11 points damage to the stunned one.
Molars are like 50 cals.
It's more like it's just incisors really. It shoots it. And as the shot fires, he like it sort of instinctively goes to flourish it, but stops as he just returns it back to his belt as all the muscle and sinew that forms the gun slides back into the grass as he puts it back on his belt. That one's turn. It's stunned. Nixa's turn. Nixa, having watched that just happen, just sort of like gives Gent a weird look, raises a hand and fires off an Eldritch Blast at the last ghost.
Nixa is not one of the fiancés, correct?
No.
Okay.
I answered that question and I was muted.
24 hits for one.
No, the three fiancés are Titania, Valdeth, and Kent.
Hang on, let me look at this magic item really quick. I think something might happen.
Which, when the world stops ending, there'll finally be a wedding.
Where
we have to stop failing saves and find a phylactery first.
Yeah.
Where is this goddamn magic item?
It's been here the whole time.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, actually, so that becomes a 2 because of the Eldritch Blast and a second Eldritch Blast.
I forget, did that Masquite get rid of all 3 of the rings that she had made, or just the other 2?
Just the other 2.
Yeah.
That one misses, fires a third blast. That one hits.
I'm looking forward to revealing that
so
the laws of Swiggle are that anyone who is a bartender is ordained to administer weddings.
So from these gauntlets that Nixa's wearing, the purple runes on the edges of it light up with this mystical energy as she raises a hand, points it at that last one. 3 rapid fire beams of energy hit the ghost. Well, one misses, 2 hit. And it collapses into a pile of ash. And we are out of initiative. As the sounds of combat in the tavern go quiet.
Time to slow down. She's sipping this beer now. It's really good.
And there's nothing left of these ghosts, I'm assuming.
Mostly just piles of ash.
I'm glad you like
I
it.
ain't fought nothing like that in a long time.
I don't feel great. She sits
You-
down on the.
You look partially desiccated. We
I-
should get you. You should have a look at yourself.
I'd finish the bottle for now. And also let me take a look at these. And Grumman will head over towards the casks that are on the walls.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go head over there too.
the two of you head over to behind the bar, which is handy to get through now because Ithram made a nice little hole in it that you should walk
Nicely
through.
done.
It would have been easier if they put doors in the first place, but I did what I could.
Well, it's an open access plan now. I like it. Making a note of it for when I get back.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, the two of you.
All right. As I run
Investigation,
back
you
to my
said?
computer.
Yep, investigation.
Here I come. Yeah, this is definitely my strong suit.
No, not bad. 15.
I'm pretty sure I got a 0. Yep, there it is. 0, please.
Can I take a look over Titania and see how permanent this may or may not be?
Make a medicine check. So with the 15, Annabella.
Can I do that as well?
With the 15, Annabella, most of this, and yeah, Tanya, you can also make a medicine check. Most of this is, it's not even vinegar anymore. It's just like the only thing holding the stoppers in these bottles is friction. There is nothing in this bottle except pressurized gas.
Yeah.
That's how long these have been sitting here.
Yeah,
Grummond with a 0. Ooh, that bottle looks neat. It's got fancy script on it.
I assume I make the same discovery, just in my face as I uncork it.
You uncork it. There's a
Oh,
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Grumman, honey, don't.
Oh wait, you're a monk. You can't be poisoned.
Yeah,
can you?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
No.
There's just it would rot the nose off of anyone with a lesser constitution than Grummond the Bellmender. But for you, it mostly just smells real bad.
Yeah. Grummond is a dwarf, a monk, and a drunken master monk. I think he's okay. But yeah. Can I make, while I am reeling from the face full of horrible remnants of gas and fermentation, can I make any headway of what may have been in this once upon a time?
It'd be a nature.
Not headway, but
Be a nature check.
nature check.
I got an 18 for diagnosing Titania.
Natural
Prognosis.
one. So nope.
Titania, Ithram.
9.
I mean, she's real bad right now. You would recommend, in your professional medical opinion, you would recommend immediate rest.
Yes.
With a 9, Grummond, you're not sure what it once was, but you are sure that now these bottles are filled mostly with nerve gas.
Grumman,
I'll tuck
How
one into a
much?
pocket.
more. Honey, those ain't useful.
No, I know at this point, not so much. Although, I'll picture this in mind. You get yourself into a scrap with someone, you say, oh, let's all call it off. Here, let's have a drink, and you let him pop it open, and off it goes in the face.
Actually, that's a good point. They wouldn't be useful against what we're fighting now, but they might be useful later.
Make a medicine.
I'll take
make
a couple of them too.
Make a medicine check, Grummond.
Grummond and am I correct in Grummond and Annabella are both sort of scooping bottles into their packs at this point?
Yes.
Very
yes, I'll
delicately
take-
because the glass is very bitter. Or sorry,
Right.
very brittle.
Brittle. Yeah.
11.
With an 11,
You have our poison gas grenades.
So, Grummond, thinking about the effect that you shrugged off, you're pretty certain that mechanically, if someone fails a Constitution save DC 15 against these, they will be paralyzed for a number of rounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 of those.
Yeah, I will put as many of them into the hall as I can.
And is that considered a save against the poison?
It is a save against poison, yes.
And I will Grumman pulls out a small what would I have? A piece of chalk, maybe a wax pencil. I feel like a wax pencil would be reasonable. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And pulls out a wax pencil and just draws a sad face, like little eyes and a little upside down smiley on all of these bottles.
So the two of you make dexterity saving throws for me.
Boy.
This is not for a failure or success. This is just to see how many of these bottles you can safely carry.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so dexterity saving.
26.
Okay.
That's my last year.
Okay, so each of you is able to safely carry about 5 of these bottles.
Okay.
Sweet.
You have 5 paralysis grenades.
Awesome. All right, let me write those down.
Do not fall.
Right.
Or jostle them too hard.
If you have a bag of holding, that's the best place for them.
I'm putting them down as less than ideal ale.
Actually, as a matter of fact, who currently have holding things right now? Because I know I gave I gave Ithram one of the bras of holding to put in the bottom of his former bag of holding, so it's basically a bag of holding again.
Mine broke. I don't have one. I think it might just be you.
Is it just me and Ithram at this point?
Yeah.
So Ithram's bag of holding is now a gym bag of holding.
So I'm actually going to put them down as incapacitation / paralyzation ales, or IPAs.
I/PAs, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
How do I make an item in my journal?
Custom.
You can just in your inventory you can just add a thing.
Yeah,
Press
there's not a way to add
plus
to
sign.
the journal.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, because it's that's magic items.
I add to journals, not you.
Right. Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay, I'll just add it to my inventory.
Tanya, as you're recovering, you hear a voice. Oh my, you have let yourself go, my dear niece. It's a pity. You have been so useful.
Can anyone else hear that?
Did any of us hear that?
Nope.
You said to Tanya specifically, so I'm gonna say no.
Yep, nobody else heard that.
I can hear the clinking. Is that what you're speaking of?
No, milady. What?
What was the guy's name? Damn it! Hang on. What was his name? Where is it? This is way back.
How much of the rose mescal has Titania had at this point?
Probably about half of it, I'd say.
Oh, that's not a good.
Grumman sort of shrugs and says, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time that particular Paloma has encouraged someone to hear something not available to others present.
No.
It's probably not anything to worry about.
You know, you were always a special child, Titania. I hate to see where you're at now.
What did they say?
What do you want?
No response. Doesn't seem to be a two-way communication.
Okay.
What does who want, my lady?
He's just remarking on what just happened, I think.
That's not a
Oh.
good sign because it implies that he can see what's going on over here.
I cast
It might
detect
just
magic
be me.
to see if
It's,
there's a
like,
sensor.
on the state I'm in.
Other than the ambient magic that you all exude and in the area, you don't see any sort of sense or anything. Oh, tell your hobgoblin friend to save his magic. I've inherited, you see, Father's power. Which means all those that share his blood, well, share mine.
Nope, never mind. Scratch that theory. He can see, I think, probably a little ways around me, or like through my eyes or something.
Oh, that's lovely. We need more people
It's
spying on us.
what
That's
the
great.
he's the emperor now. So
Yes, what before I could only do in your weakened, nascent, dreaming state. Now I can just do as I want. My ascension, you see, it's complete. So if you have any prayers, feel free to throw them my way.
He took the Emperor's seat, but probably not his wisdom, if I were to guess.
Titania holds a middle finger up in front of her face.
Just flicking yourself off.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Is that smart? Because the last time we taunted one of them things we could hear but not see, didn't really end so well for certain members of this party.
Yeah, but this is one in particular that we're aiming to deal with. We've already antagonized it.
That's true. If he could do something like that, he'd have just done it.
Yeah.
All right, carry on.
What?
So,
Tired. Can we rest?
Yes, we
No,
you
well-
need much rest. We should leave this area before more spirits, if any.
You'll even
come.
find a safe place if nothing else.
we
We
need
don't
to
know how
find
much time
safety.
we've got.
Right. And I am not confident we have an awful lot or nearly as much as we think we do.
We're still at probably around 2 days left.
By the estimate that we had, yeah, but there's no guarantee that that estimate is accurate.
Yeah.
And honestly, dealing with a dead lich, while difficult, is significantly less difficult than dealing with a live one. And I think everyone here would know that.
Yeah. Considering we had to deal with a live lich the last time we dealt with this particular lich.
I'm sure he won't come back more powerful.
Yeah,
No,
when John says that,
definitely not.
Sorry, what was that, Greg?
No, definitely not. That seems like a safe.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Level up?
Right.
But we should go.
I hate how the villains get to level up after they die.
So do the player characters in certain circumstances.
We lose levels usually.
Not in 5e. Mara gained lots of levels after she died last campaign.
I cast locate object.
Okay.
Right here, right. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just in case, because Titania's feeling this way. Locate object, just to see if it's within 1,000 feet of me.
What object are you trying to locate?
The phylactery.
What object would that phylactery be?
Of a particular kind. Can I not just specify phylactery?
Nope.
Well,
Phylacteries are each unique, so it's
okay.
it would generally be something. Think Horcrux. When you think Horcrux.
Well, she starts casting and then she stops before the spell goes off.
And yeah, because you know in the casting of the spell you have to specify a thing, and as you're like trying to find that specificity in your mind, you're thinking phylactery, and you can tell before you finish the spell that it's not specific enough, so you can just stop it and not.
Like if you specify long swords, it'll find you all the long swords that are nearby, but that's because there's a definition of a long sword and many things can equal it.
Yep.
Phylactery is a bit more unique.
I think I can do some. Maybe. Sorry, carry on other conversations. I'm looking at spells. There's too many.
Yes, we should leave soon now.
Yes, we must find somewhere safe to at least rest for a short time, but I don't like this, y'all. I don't feel comfortable taking a longer rest unless we absolutely have to. I mean, I haven't used any spells, so those of you who use spells need to rest, and I suppose that's a risk we gotta take. But
here's a better question. This is one that will tell us whether or not we've still got any time. Can anyone attempt to detect the presence of the Lich rather than his phylactery?
Yeah. I can do the and she sits down on the floor and well, I don't know if it works indoors, but I can do like the
if someone can try and scry on him or sense him in any way.
I can commune with nature, so I'm gonna do that.
You have to step outside for that.
Yep. Okay.
You step outside.
Yep.
Are there any more shadows, by the way?
Carefully.
There are still all of the like burned in ash, like burned in shadows on the furniture and walls are still there,
including the ones that got animated.
The spirits that got animated weren't animated out were animated out of them. They were not them animated.
They weren't the shadows themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Titania and watch her back.
Well,
I'll do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside.
Sounds like basically all of us are going with Titania.
She's holding
the
the
she does this
bottle.
thing.
It's open to hold while she starts casting. It's really good.
Oh, who do you hand the bottle to?
To Annabella.
Did you
come with two?
I'm gonna put the bottle in my bag, I guess.
It's open.
Oh no, then I'm not gonna put it in my bag. I'm just gonna hold it then.
Is there still some in it, or it's empty?
Yes. Yeah. It's about halfway.
Grumman will nod at and say to Annabella, "It's a rose paloma, one of my own personal mixing. You should try a little. Might enjoy it.
Oh,
Just
it
a
smells
thing for
lovely.
after." What's that?
It smells lovely.
I'm sorry, out of character.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just
it smells lovely.
Oh, thank you. You should try it. Or do you not drink when you're on duty? That's
no,
right.
Honey. No, I don't drink when I'm working.
Here, and he starts rifling through the hall, and then eventually pulls out a sort of earthenware jug and holds it out to you and says, "This might be a similar in profile, but a little sweeter, but no alcohol to it as of yet. Usually for mixins, but it might be something that you enjoy."
Well, thank you, love. I'll take a swig of that.
That is very citrusy, but also with a rose water hint to it, and a little bit of bitters to it.
That's nice.
So, Titania.
Yep.
You kneel down, place your hands in the dirt. And you've never really thought about too terribly much beyond, the first few years where your magic comes from. Most druids, it's the communion with nature, their relationship. And
Oh,
for you, that is mostly the case. But as you bury your hands in the dirt and fight to not recoil from that feeling of negative energy, you focus. And you realize that there is another figure near you. Sitting basically opposite you, hands similarly buried in the dirt, but so much larger than you. This 8, 9, every time you look, the size changes slightly. Foot tall, beautiful, Adonis-like figure with lightly purple skin, golden, that sometimes shift to red eyes, blonde hair that matches your own, interestingly, flowing down the back, 2 massive black wings that just fade into red on the edges as bits of fire lick at the tips of them. This large muscle form covered in arcane markings, with his hands mirroring yours in the ground. Of my blood, just as he was. And the spell goes off. What are you picking out?
Powerful fiends, celestials, elementals, or undead. Lich. I'm looking for the lich.
Okay. You do not sense the lich.
Okay.
You sense many powerful undead entities in this area. You sense some fiends, not particularly powerful, but no celestial signatures,
Okay.
which may or may not give you some
Fair.
comfort.
As I see Ternalian like across from me.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Which tells you he's not actually there.
Yeah.
The rest of you do not see Ternelli, and you just see Titania digging her hands in the dirt. He just sort of watches you. Those eyes shifting colors every once in a while. As if he's studying something. Is there anything else you're finding out from the spell, or are you ending it?
I should. We already know like the influence. Buildings. Train by water. I don't know what else. Because I did this like as we were going in. So I can get for everyone else, in case that anyone else knows or has like an idea possibly about finding this thing. I get terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. I did powerful beings already, and then influence from other planes of existence and buildings. I can choose up to 3 kind of those that I can find out about. None of them, unfortunately, are where's the phylactery, but
Where is it? You yell at your divine spark.
I mean, if you get a sense of buildings, you can probably see what the layout of the city is and maybe get us an idea of where to head.
Yeah, I'll do buildings and I'll do influence just in case, like, because we think this guy has probably like shrouded it, so locate won't really locate, or scrying and that kind of thing won't work on it. So if he's used any other planes kind of in hiding that thing, then that could be useful.
Yeah,
so.
Influence from other planes of existence. See if there's anything
like,
but the negative energy plane here.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if this is how it works, but like if he's got it like in a pocket dimension or something, it has to be anchored somewhere in here. So possibly we could find it that way. So yeah, I'll do those 2.
Okay, so which 2?
Buildings
influence
and...
from other planes of existence and buildings.
All right, so you sense the influence of the negative energy plane and the Shadowfell.
Okay. Just kind of ambiently all over.
Ambiently all over. Nothing. No.
Okay.
No specific pockets. It's sort of again going back to that feeling you got earlier, where it feels like this area has been sort of blended with the two.
Yep.
And so the buildings one is what specifically? Is it like specific buildings or any buildings?
It just says buildings.
Buildings. What's
Yeah.
it part of?
You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area.
And just one of those subjects is buildings.
Buildings, yeah.
Okay.
I probably, if you want me to be more specific, anything that seems out of place.
Okay.
Or like it doesn't belong.
You get a you get a sense that as you get deeper into this section of the kingdom, as you get deeper into Uldor, there are more intact buildings. Like you're sort of in this, you get a sense that you're sort of in a rubble belt on the outside of the kingdom, where the majority of the destruction was sort of focused. And similar to the tavern you just passed, as you sense further and further inwards, towards the center of this area, or at least towards the direction you've been walking, there become more and more intact structures.
Okay.
Interesting. I wonder what it means. The figure across from you continues to stare.
I don't know.
We'll find out together. As you pull your hands out of the dirt, the vision of him is gone.
We're in like a rubble belt. It's the buildings get like less destroyed and less like crumbly as we're gonna keep going in. I don't sense the lich, so that's good. At least it's just Shadowfell and negative energy plane. There's nothing like, I didn't see anything that looked or felt different, or like a concentrated area or anything.
I am back. What did we get?
We got that there isn't like any sort of odd connections to any other planes around here, or any like concentrations of it anywhere. And we're in like a rubble belt on the outside of things, and as you go further inward, the buildings get more intact.
Also, she doesn't sense the lich.
Nope.
I mean, I remember that one before I walked away. But...
Yeah.
Alright, so personally, I think that puts us in an interesting position. Do we want to press forward a little bit more and see if we can wait to rest, or do we want to rest now and take our chances that we might be just as tired later when we actually do the collectorate?
At least distance ourselves from this tavern. Perhaps press forward a little bit longer.
Well, my concern with that is, chances are the further we get into this city, the more likely we encounter other things like what we just did.
There are
honestly, I think,
and there's a few fiends.
Honestly, I think that this place might be safer than anywhere else we might be, because chances are, even if those things can come back, they can't come back for a while. We might be safer staying inside the tavern than waiting out here even, or worse, going further.
Who's playing Pac-Man in the background?
Oh, that's my son. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Mason, turn it down.
Instant nostalgia sounds is all it was. Grumman, it is dirt out here, by the way.
Okay, that makes a difference. Sort of looking around, Grumman says, "Well, again, if we want to take an hour, we do have a spot to rest. But again, it takes an hour to activate, like we discussed before. So this would be more helpful for a long rest as opposed to a short rest.
If we're gonna take a full rest, if we're gonna rest for the day or the night or whatever,
Right.
we should do that now. I don't think it'd be prudent to wait longer and then end up doing it later.
No, I don't think so. I think at least taking some time to patch ourselves up before moving on would be a good one. How long has it been since our actual long rest?
It's been about 9 to 10 hours.
Okay. All right. So if we want to take a longer period of time, I've certainly got a place. Like I said, I've got this route to carry with me, a little home away from home sort of thing. But it takes me an hour to get it set up, so it wouldn't be helpful over the short term.
It would give us a bit of time to catch our breath before it got set up.
I would. We could do so inside. It seems like we've cleared out the worst of what waits for us in there.
Right. And if it does come back, I don't think it comes back instantly.
No, I don't think so. So as long as it's not back within an hour, we have a comfortable place to stay. I was going to say the night, but I guess it's not technically nighttime. About what time of day is it, do we think?
Do any of you have keen mind?
Nope.
Oh,
Dark o'clock.
Okay.
I mean, the dwarf is used to underground time settings.
Right.
Make yeah, Grummond, actually that's fair. You're used to being down here. Make me a nature check, Grummond.
I don't know if my time in Everstone would also give me a sense of time.
This is very different from Everstone. Everstone has sort of regimented like time clock schedule. Like even if you're underground and don't see the sun, you still know what time it is because people know what time it is. Down here, it's much different.
It's a 3 though,
Yeah,
so
with the 3,
probably not.
You don't know what time it is, Grummond, but you also know that that's part of the challenge of delving into these ruins. Because of the way the ruins shift and because of the various like ambient things down here, it's very easy to lose track of time. More than one adventurer has died from exhaustion because they didn't realize how long they'd been down here.
Yeah, you can see Grumman sort of say, it's not a bad time to call it, and then he pats his pockets, realizes he doesn't have a pocket watch of any kind, and shrugs and says, regardless, if you want to take an actual sleep as opposed to just catching our breath, I can make sure that happens.
Not to sound redundant as all get out, y'all, but if we're gonna do that, we need to do it now.
it's good.
Right?
I
I'll
not,
set it to work. I'll go and plant the root.
did I not put this into the magic items list?
You sent it to me on Slack. I don't think you put it
hang
in on.
While you get the Spud Hut set up, Ithram's gonna ritually cast alarm at the doors to the tavern in case anything comes out.
Good idea.
As you step up the steps to get to the doors of the tavern, as you step close enough to cast alarm, you just hear from inside.
How heavy is
You've
that
gotta
door?
be shitting me.
Well, no, never mind. They're fucking ghosts. They can go through them. I go back down the stairs.
Right downstairs.
At least one is back.
Coming out.
Oh, so maybe we don't wait inside.
Well,
He says while digging the
I think
root
we've
into the
got
ground.
enough of a sight line that if it does come out, we've got some time to take care of it.
Oh god.
Did it sound like it was getting closer, or was it just like when
It
you're on
sounded
the
like
other side of it,
sounded like 2 or 3 ghosts just sort of ambiently screaming.
milling about?
Yeah.
If they're already back and this place is proven to no longer be completely safe, do we want to try and push on to find something identifiable before we rest?
I hate to say it, but I guess that's as good as anything.
They don't seem to be coming out.
And if they're not coming out, it just seems like everywhere down here.
I'll-
It's easy to stumble into more interesting opportunities. To put it
if you
mildly.
set the building over there a ways, I can set an alarm towards the bottom of the stairs.
We could rest here and then delve deeper without knowing what's ahead of us potentially, or we could push ahead because I don't know about the rest of you, but I've got at least one or two more of those fights in me.
Everyone except for Titania make a perception check.
And then, rather than wasting the potential we've got right now, rest when we truly need it and can't stand another one of these battles.
I also don't mind pushing on.
26.
6. Just 6.
Titania, what's your normal maximum hit points?
Well, that's a question. I mean, since the most recent there was another.
Not what it is right now.
Yeah,
normally.
Yeah. Normally, it's been a while since I've been normal.
I rolled a 33, John, and I would like to point out that my fucking job is to keep her alive.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm trying to get this information so I can give it to you accurately.
Do
God,
I have
it was-
advantage since I did a medicine check on her earlier?
Sure.
Okay, hang on. I gotta reverse calculate it.
Can I also just say, it's been a while
15.
since I've been normal. Yes,
Yeah,
amen
Yeah.
to that in general this year.
So, Valdeth, Annabella, Valdeth and Annabella, you as you're sort of talking about pressing on and continuing, you notice that Titania seems to be having difficulty staying standing. And as you look at her, it looks like she's lost basically over half of her body weight that she had before starting that fight, and she wasn't very heavy to begin with.
Or never mind, we've set up a place to rest and
Yeah, I think
do this.
that's for the best. And I would rather not fight about it or discuss it any further. I would rather just stay here and rest. And that way, we don't run the risk of needing to rest when there's no time left to do it.
You don't have to convince me. I'm already digging my potato.
Thank you.
So, with a wary eye kept out for the ghosts coming out of the tavern, you all
everything the fuck else.
And everything the fuck else. You all keep guard as Drummond digs a hole. Over the course of an hour, over the course of a minute, Drummond buries this small tuber, plants it, puts it all nice, puts a little umbrella over it for shade, and then joins the rest of you in watching.
Shade in a cave.
And then over the course of an hour, some of you notice that this plant seems to be getting larger and larger and larger. And what was at the start of this endeavor a carrot-sized plant, by the end of the hour has grown into, well, describe it for them, Craig.
It is well, I mean, from the outside, there even when it's tiny, there is a tiny little chimney coming out of the top of this tuber, with smoke puffing away. But that becomes less illusory and more real, and there starts to be a smell of less burning wood, more sort of burning peat. Over time as it grows in size, and the only thing that's visible above ground at this point is a little bit like a stump, but with the center point of it being instead a carved wooden spiral. And a chimney is popping out of the earth next to it, which is at this point belching very real smoke. And Grumman will walk up to it and says, "Oh, all right, looks like we're about ready." And will trace his fingers around the spiral and push down with 3 fingers in the middle, and the centerpiece of wood will swing away to the side, revealing a ladder down into the stump, going down into the ground. And he swings himself up and into it and heads down.
As you all watch Grummond climb into his engorged root, that's where we're going to take a quick break. So, those of you that are watching on Twitch, please feel free to stay for our commercial messages. But remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, grab food, whatever you need, use the bathroom, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story. So, the rest of you stand in front of this squat stump and watch Grummond step in, turn around, presumably flourish, and slide down a ladder.
There's probably not a flourish. I think it's just much more like, all right, well, this is the part of the day when I go into my tuber, and away we go.
What do the rest of you do when presented with this reality?
Walk up to it, study the stump for a bit, see if it's got any arcane markings.
Make an Arcana check.
It just looks like a regular stump. 15.
I mean, it's got a chimney and a door.
Well, yeah, no.
What
He just wants to know if any of the stuff to make the spud bigger
So
are inscribed on it.
Other than that, no, it doesn't seem like it's
Does-
anything on the stump itself.
does it look like, John? Does it look like the Warcraft 2 sprite for the Orc Pig Farm, where it's just like a giant tree stump that's had like hollowed out with a door put on it, kind of thing?
No, it looks like a tree stump, like a normal ass sized tree stump with a door in the side of it. It looks like if somebody took the if somebody took a screenshot of the Nightmare Before Christmas tree doors and squashed them and cut off the tops.
Well, Grumman walked in,
But
so
got it-
obviously it's bigger on the inside.
There's a voice from down below. Come on in, everybody. There's plenty of room for all.
Climb down.
All right, Ithram, tum, tum, shoom.
Oh my god.
Oh
my
I'm going last, so I don't know what y'all are waiting for.
Yeah, Valdez is going to make sure that Titania goes in before her just to be safe.
Yep, I'm going in. FYI, she's she's kind of freaked out. She is not like Titania is a touchy-feely sort of person, I think. Yeah. And she's not doing that. So she's very like stiffer than usual, if that makes sense. She'll go in.
All right. Nixa and Gent follow after.
Everybody then.
Well,
Valdez?
we're waiting for Valdez and Annabella.
And Valdez was going to go in after Titania.
And I will bring up the rear.
So, what do they see as they get to the bottom of the ladder, Grummond?
As they get to the bottom of the ladder, though, the ladder comes down into a room that is lit by bioluminescent fungus on the walls, as well as several large mushroom caps that are poking out of the walls and lit up with their own particular sort of amber glow. And the room at the bottom is essentially a large oblong table, which seems to be growing up out of the ground, and it itself is sort of mushroom shaped in general, but with a flat and very firm tabletop to it. Although it is still mushroom-esque, so it's a little spongy. You can sink your fingers into it a little bit. Growing up out around it are more mushrooms that make up stools, and around the walls, growing out are a mixture of sort of wooden and rock-based, essentially kitchen implements and appliances. So there seem to be there's a stove, for instance, that has a pipe going up. That seems to be what's making the smoke that's coming out of the chimney. It does seem to be burning probably peat, not logs, but some sort of very aromatic fuel to it. And Grummond is already in the process of putting a kettle on the stove and busying himself getting a meal together with the various other things nearby. And then leading out of this room on one side, there is a circular hallway, also lit by bioluminescent fungus along the tops, and several more of those lamp light larger mushroom caps coming out of the walls, and you can see several doors going along that way until it probably fades out of view. I guess those of you with sharper eyesight would see at the end. It appears that there is another ladder leading up at the end of that hallway.
It's lovely.
Oh, thank you. Just a little
Gorgeous.
home away from home.
Yeah, this is quite nice, Grumman.
And I'll go ahead and get us together something to eat. But while you're waiting, if any of you would like to lie up and rest a bit, there's rooms for each of you down the hallway. I'm sure you'll be able to pick them out.
And to Tanya and Annabella, as you're sort of looking around and, and taking in the scenery, you both feel an awareness that you didn't have before. And you are aware of every creature moving about within 60 feet of both entrances of this place. And you just sort of get a sense of, there is still some amount of animal life in this area, though warped and twisted it may be. And you just sort of have a mental awareness, not like a visual or like anything like that, but just you have this sense of where they are in relation to the stump.
I like that.
Like the ghosts outside, or
yeah, you can sense that they're within the range. Yeah, you can sense the ghosts in the tavern as well.
Whoa.
That's quite nice. Well, I reckon since I feel a lot more comfortable here than I have in many places I've been since I met y'all, I'll go ahead and find a place to rest.
Do you walk down the hallway?
Yes.
You can see down the hallway there are doors. The first one on the left as you walk down has it's essentially wood that seems to be grown, but there's a circular door grown out of wood, and coming out of the middle of it, not carved but seeming to sort of emerge from the natural wood, is essentially a smiling version of Grumman's face that's just sort of looking straight at you, going with a big grin, open eyes and a big open mouth grin. And then you turn and look, and going down the hallway, there is a door for each of you with a similar sort of open-eyed, wide smiling mouth version of your face on it. And so you can find the Annabella door fairly easily.
Grumman?
Yeah,
What
Annabella.
the holy hickory is this?
Oh, just I like to make everyone feel at home. So, like I said, not always the best with spelling, and not sure if everybody can read Dwarvish. So I went with a more, shall we say, natural labeling system for the doors.
Natural.
Right. It's the one with your face on it, if that's not obvious. I would imagine it looks happier than Annabella has ever actually expressed with their face.
Is it at where their head level would be as well in relation to the door?
No, it's dead center in the door, and it's about 2 feet tall. So it's just this giant version of your face on every door.
Honey, that's about as natural as a lich at a hoedown.
Is the handle inside the mouth?
It doesn't appear that there's a handle, but when you stand in front of the one with your face on it, it just opens.
Okay.
So how does it open? Does it like swing open the entire door, or does the face like split for a double door open?
No, it moves to the side like a hobbit door. Like it just sort of swings around like sort of Shire style doors.
So just as someone's walking behind you, they just see the door go.
Okay, it's fine. It is fine. I'm gonna go change, and you just let me know when dinner's ready.
All right, I certainly will. When you're off the clock, so to speak, you want something hard to drink, or shall we stick to more neutral libations?
I my lady, do you mind if I have
No.
I have something harder then.
All right, I've just the thing, I think.
I'm gonna go change.
All right. As you walk inside, you can see that again there are a couple more of those lamp-like mushroom caps growing off the walls. There's a large bed growing out of the ground with a sort of a sheet-like cover of lichen and moss on top of it that looks like you can sort of crawl underneath it, and it appears quite soft. There are various hooks around. There's a small basin full of spring water in the corner. And there is, in your room, there's a large hook on the wall that looks like, or rather, not hook, but series of pegs that looks like it is appropriately sized to hang up your gigantic bow.
Nice.
Also, the colors are just not complimentary. They are just straight up the same color as the clothes that you're wearing.
Nice.
I'm gonna go freshen up too.
Okay.
Titania walks down the hall.
You find a similar sort of Titania face, like, and if you stare at it, it opens, and inside you see a larger abundance of mushrooms in your room, sort of growing out from everywhere. Not all of them lit up. The bed itself in your room is much more mushroom shaped, although it still has the same soft lichen and moss-like sheets over it. And by the bed there is a small table with several bottles of 2 bottles of wine. One is a rosé, one is a white, and the other one is there is a third small decanter of probably a stout, sort of a dark brown stout.
Okay. She's gonna sit down, pick some of the mushrooms that look really pretty, and like put them on the table, and then if there are 2 glasses at least, she's going to pour one and put the other one across from her.
There probably is only 1 glass, but there are more. Okay. You would have seen more glasses in the kitchen.
Okay. She's gonna pour one and put it across from her.
Okay.
And say, right. And wait and see if there's an answer. I don't know if I'm guessing that the connection is still there, that we're not in a pocket dimension or anything, so it definitely wouldn't work. Plus, divine things are different.
I put a picture in Slack. That is the gown Annabella comes out wearing. She is not wearing her armor. She is wearing that. And she has not changed her hair color, but she's changed the style. It's actually down, like completely down. And she's got this little sort of ornament in her hair that matches her dress. It's a flower.
Drummond, who is still in the process of cooking, looks up as she comes back out and says, "Oh, I see you've prepared yourself for a rather nice dinner. I hope I can live up to it." And he passes over a champagne flute, in which is a sort of it is bright yellow, veering towards a reddish orange at the bottom, opaque liquid that is bubbling inside it, or effervescent, not bubbling.
Alda's kind of sitting down at one of the tables, begins to take her hair out of the perpetual ponytail that it's almost always in, which as she does so, you realize just how much that ponytail does for the volume of her hair, because as soon as it's gone, that hair is just like a curtain around her.
Wow.
Like
Fantastic.
it holds back the entire, because the ponytail goes almost all the way down to her butt, just while in a ponytail, while contained behind her. And so when it comes out, it's just the hair that would be back there is now down to like mid chest on front of her and just draped around her shoulders, falling further down around her back. Like there's a incredible mane that looks like it has probably been many years of growing, that just kind of is let loose out of that ponytail as she just kind of leans forward on the table, puts her hands in front of her eyes. Drummond, I could really use something very strong right now.
I have just the thing. And sort of just a few moments later, under with Valda leaning like this, under those hands, you see, I guess, veering into her very limited range of vision is a multifaceted, beautifully cut crystal tumbler, which is filled with a dark amber liquid, at the bottom of which are two very cold octahedrons of stone, essentially chilled rocks that are cooling it.
Mm-hmm. She kind of separates the hands for a second, grabs it with one hand, and just kind of slowly chugs it, like not like knocking the entire thing back in one go because she wants to savor the taste, but definitely drinking it constantly until it's gone and then setting it back down.
It is very clearly a sort of a rye-based liquor, like a whiskey, but with a peatiness to the aroma that complements the smokiness coming from the stove around you. It is not mixed with anything. It is straight and just chilled by the cold rocks.
I must say, my friend, you have outdone yourself.
Oh, well, I wanted to get away from home, but what's travel away from home if you can't bring a little bit of home with you, right?
Who lives in a tree stump under a ruin? Grumman.
Bellman.
Ithram, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my funhouse duplicate door.
Okay.
And yeah, wait for it to open. Just kind of stare at it quizzically while waiting for it to open.
It meeting
Never
your
seen.
gaze.
I don't think I've ever made that expression in real life.
almost certainly not. But yeah, meeting it. Yeah, exactly. The big grin. It meets your gaze and then rolls aside. And as you go inside again, you see the same sort of naturally occurring bed covered. There is sort of staggered with the luminescent mushroom lamps around the room. There are several roots or branches growing out of the walls that would serve as roosts for your familiar. And next to each one, there is also a smaller set of roots coming out and kind of cupping a small wooden bowl in which is a variety of nuts. And you notice one of them instead just has, instead of nuts, it has a variety of dead moles in it. Grumman doesn't know what birds eat, so there's a variety. You see in the corner of the room several pairs of matched clothes hangers. Nothing on them because I don't think I can do that with this item. But there are clearly matched clothes hangers for your matched shirt and pants.
Okay.
Question, Grummond.
Mm-hmm.
Are there windows?
No, I because we're underground. So
You
no,
are. Are there windows?
No, there are not windows.
I was just picturing like, and this is my sunroom, and it's just dirt.
That would be fantastic, but no, there are not. And this is sort of he's doing his best for people he's known for like a day and a half.
So Titania.
It has only been a day and a half, hasn't it?
Titania.
Yep.
You're sitting there. Cup across from you, cup in your hand.
I'm looking at the mushrooms. They're kind of cool.
utterly quaint. There is just, again, this figure in this room, impossibly large. He should not fit in this room, and yet somehow does. It's almost like every time you look at him, you're seeing a perspective puzzle, where you can't figure out how large he is in relation to the objects around him. As he just idly looks over and taps a mushroom. As he does, the light on the mushroom shines brighter. Taps it again, and it changes colors.
I think so. It's pretty. Why'd you do it?
Why'd I do what?
Kill him.
Did I do that?
Yes.
I simply laid a trail. Solve a problem. The shards of Eidos want only one thing: to complete the job they weren't able to do. I simply led you and your merry band to fulfilling that purpose. Our father was a relic of a forgotten world, one that did not belong anymore. After all, in Terram, the dead have their use, but a corpse that clings to power, not so much.
Death to the corpse emperor.
I don't know, aren't you like the relic now, older brother?
No, I am of this world. I am this world's first true-born god. It feels nice. Interestingly, you could be the second Titania. He just sort of smiles at you. It's true that all the children of the God Emperor eventually awaken to their divine spark and gain power. But yours was more violent, wasn't it? Poor, sick, little Titania had it so much worse than everyone else. No one could tell you why. You thought it was just your druidic power. It's not. When my power awoke, there was much a similar pain. Divinity is not suited for a mortal form. He's sort of just judging your reactions.
Oh.
What are you thinking right now, Titania?
She's trying to figure out like the parameters of how what is happening. She believes him. Definitely. But is like wary of this. It's like is How deep do you want me to go?
He's reading your thoughts. So.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. She's very scared that this is going to be a conduit that brings everyone else down, because we're sort of, the plan was, I think, to try and kill him. So this is not going to work.
He sort of tilts his head at you. Feel free to continue your plan. Go to the 9 hells, gather soul coin, work for that decrepit old wizard in the north. I'm sure that will come in useful at some point. He hasn't lied to you. That is probably the only way to kill me. If you can. If you want to. You are family, after all. And in my Terra, there is always a place for family.
You used me.
And that is what true family does. And as you blink, he's gone.
No.
My lady, you all right?
Yeah, just a second. You can make an insight check. She's not very good at lying.
The room...
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead, make an insight roll. The room feels grayer than before he was here, Tanya.
Okay.
Like some of the light left with him.
3 on an insight check.
I mean,
yeah.
Versus a 14 deception.
Versus a 14.
Not okay.
Not okay.
I don't mean to pry, but was he talking to you again?
Yeah, I had questions. She opens the door. She has not changed into anything. Sorry. I don't feel well enough for dinner right now. I think I'm just gonna try and get some sleep.
You think it's smart for you to be alone right now?
You could have Shakar keep you company if you would like.
Ithram's there now too.
I thought we were out.
Like,
this is all at Titania's door. Yeah.
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 I mean, you could. She's not being very quiet, particularly.
Yeah.
So
he'll shout that from on his way out of his room.
You could have Shakar.
Okay.
Snap my fingers and Shakar's on your shoulder.
She's gonna look out of the room and toward the rest of the group down there at the dining table, kind of the kitchen area.
You see Valdeth and Gent and Nixa. And you see Gent, you sort of think about what Ternalian said. About how true family uses each other. In your mind, you think about his grandfather, his uncle.
Yeah, no, Shakar would be great. Thank you.
Ooh. Little teeny owl.
Yeah, little 6-inch owl snuggles up. Pops a little closer.
Scritches.
Now listen, we're all right here. You need help, or you change your mind, you just holler.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna roll this in with the other deception check. She's not entirely sure she's going to do that.
I'm not actually surprised by that. All right. Well, reckon I'm going back now.
Telepathically, anything weird, just let me know.
There's a whoo in your brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back, but I ain't happy about it.
Door closes. All right.
Dinner is ready then.
You eat, you drink. Some of you alone, some of you with others.
So after Valdeth has had her fill and people are sort of dispersing, she grabs an extra plate, fills it with an amount of food and the type of food that she knows Titania will enjoy, and walks over to Titania's room and just very lightly knocks on the door.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Come on in.
He opens the door. Walks in with a plate of food.
Shakar disappears.
Sets it down on the table next to the bed.
Grummond, where is my room in relation to Titania?
I think it would be probably across the hall, just based on again sort of the limited information Grumman has about everybody. Knowing that Annabella is a bodyguard, Grumman would have placed Titania's door across the hall.
Sweet. John, if I get on my spy shit, would my cup of captions be close enough to hear?
Make a perception check.
Oh, done and fucking done, my dude.
With an 18, the doors in this place are magical, so you don't hear anything. And the cuff of captions, they're magical doors. The cuff of captions do pick up some things.
What the fuck is that? 18. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The cuff of captions do pick up some things. You don't get the complete picture, but you get, it's one of those things where the caption, when people are talking particularly heavy accents and the auto captions just sort of like fuck up half the words.
Mm.
It's basically that's going on. So like, if
sometimes you just get brackets unintelligible.
I have a plus 15 to fucking perception. I rolled an 18. This is bullshit.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll get unintelligible, and sometimes it'll be like, I feel deep in my pineapple that something is wrong. Like, and, like
right. All right.
And because you're not getting any audio, all you have to rely on is the cuff if you're listening in.
Right.
Yeah, she walks in, sets the food on the table next to the bed. You want to talk?
In here, I think anything, because of the connection.
I don't give a shite what he hears.
Okay. He's very persuasive.
Yeah, well, he's had centuries of brooding over his own failures to come up with persuasive arguments.
I hate him.
I'm right there with you. I don't give a shite how much he knows of our plans. We're still going to fucking kill him. If that's still what you want.
I don't give a shiitake mushroom. Thank you.
He was. I asked some stuff about why he did it and trying to figure out like what his plans are or something. He says he's like the first god born here. I skipped, the religion days, or I don't remember them very well, or so I don't know like how accurate that is. But of the first like true born god of this world.
I mean, that's the kind of verbiage I'd expect from someone who's utterly full of himself.
He says I can be too.
Do you want to be?
I don't want to be like him. The same thing that can't use me to get to that.
When a man only knows being used, that's all he knows to do with other people.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that's what people are supposed to do. It doesn't mean it's what family does.
I know.
Gen's had it rough. But we're his family too. And we haven't used him. We've shown him that you don't have to use people. I learned that from my family. I think you learned that from your time in the Druid's Grove, perhaps.
In here, she tentatively pokes your shoulder.
We've taught each other a lot. We've learned a lot from hardships and pleasantries, but if that idiot Ternalian thinks that all family does is use each other, I almost feel bad for him.
In the hallway, you hear vague, like Gregorian chanting as Ithram walks past.
Slight smell of like incense smoke.
Omne sorarum.
I don't know. I'm afraid that if I stay with you all, that he'll know he knows we're coming.
He always would. And the difference is, if you're not with us, we've got no idea what he's doing. The fact that he can watch us is a given. We're used to fighting everyone watching us while we're coming. Everyone we fought has known we're coming. The Lich, this fucking devil we've got to kill, everyone that we go up against knows we're coming. Hasn't stopped us yet. But you've got a line of communication with him. And from what I can tell, the arrogant bastard likes to use it. You're not a danger to us just by being around us. And you mean more to me and to Gent and to everyone here than any danger you could possibly pose. Now, I know you probably don't feel out to it, but you probably should eat something or you're not going to get any rest.
Yeah.
I tried to pick things that I thought you'd like.
Thank you. It's my favorite. Oh.
If you want me to stay here with you, I will.
No. We're gonna put on a great performance. She's gonna link arms with you. She's leaning very heavily. And we'll head out to sit with everyone.
You notice as you link arms with Valdeth, and the bioluminescent glow in the room casts shadows in various angles. Just for a moment, from Valdeth's shadow, 2 dark wings unfurl. And then vanish.
Hi, everyone.
Who is still in the sort of the main dining area?
Gant and Nixa and you and Ithram on every other pass.
Yeah. Almost done.
What are you doing?
Hopefully helping.
Okay.
You recognize. It's a spell you used to cast when to keep people from scrying on us.
As you so I'm sorry, so who is actually actively sitting in the kitchen?
Gant and Nixa at the moment.
Okay, so they're sort of probably more so on Gent's face than Nix's, but 2 varying degrees of sort of aversion as you walk back in, as Grummond is in the end of finishing an extremely long story. And Grummond's saying, so as the cart is headed down the hill and it just completely out of control, he reaches over and says, and grabs the reins and pulls it to the side and says, better Nate than liver. Oh, hello, welcome back. How are you?
Gent looks like he looks like he's in a different location. He's actively looking around at scenery that doesn't exist. He seems to have willed himself into a different location mentally and is just sort of checked out from anything that's happening around him. Nix offers a polite laugh and then immediately turns to the rest of you as you come
in. Grummond turns to the slightly larger oven that is connected by fairly sturdy looking rock and metal pipes to the burning stove, and says, "Oh, I've got you're just in time here. Have a look at this, will you?" And opens it up and pulls out a oh my god, I've blanked on the word. They're very delicate to bake, and they bake up and they rise, and then you can't sort of disturb them. Or no, you can't. Souffle, yes. There is a large and very delicate looking chocolate souffle that he is taking out of the oven.
Titania, as the oven opens, the fire from inside licks out a little bit, and it's a little bit brighter and a little bit more red than all the other light sources.
Places it, and I will also point out that he is still wearing like essentially a sleeveless tank top, still wearing the very grubby cargo pants, dirty dust and mud covered boots, but is wearing 2 large frilly oven mitts that have a little tiny frilly pineapple pattern all over them as he pulls out the souffle and puts it on top of the oven.
Is that a flame effect only for Titania, or does anyone else see it?
Only Titania sees it.
All right, so who's ready for dessert?
Oh, me.
Gent
Upon hearing dessert, I'm gonna go ahead and come out of my room.
Gent goes, desert? What?
Dessert.
Oh no, don't worry. No, it's quite the opposite. In fact, if you'll let me have it now, who wants to stay up for a bit, and who's ready to go right to sleep? And sort of as he's putting the souffle down and cutting it up, he reaches out with another hand and is sort of hovering over two pots that are on the stove as he asks the question.
Oh, I'll be up for quite a while.
Sleep.
Yeah, I really need some, but this smells delicious.
All right. So those of you who have said sleep, he grabs one of the pots and pours into some small sort of wide brimmed cups. No handle to them, but otherwise shaped very much like a mug. And pours in an extremely rich, hot, essentially hot chocolate, but with some chocolate liqueur in it, because if you're going to have a chocolate souffle, why not also have hot chocolate and chocolate liqueur? And then it does a float of a very small layer of heavy cream over top of it. And those of you who have indicated that you are going to stay up, there is instead a small, this one with a handle to it, a small mug full of very strong coffee with essentially like a latte with a steamed milk to it. But there is also the chocolate liqueur mixed in with that coffee. And he passes out plates of the chocolate souffle and either essentially the bowl of chocolate or the cup of coffee and chocolate liqueur, to depending on who has indicated they want to stay up or go to sleep.
So if I'm reading the room right, the three fiancés all get the hot chocolate and everyone else gets the coffee.
So.
Yeah.
Grumman himself is having the coffee.
Right. Are you setting watches for the night, or are you all just going to take your long rest?
Grumman, how safe is this place?
Oh, safe as houses, which is to say, not tremendously, depending on where it is. Have I ever been attacked in this thing, John?
You haven't, but you know it can be.
Okay. So here's what I'll say. I've never had a disturbed night's sleep while spending the night in here, but something could conceivably bash and batter its way through. So at the other end of the hallway, and he points down the hallway where all the bedrooms are, you'll notice another ladder. That one leads up to a concealed exit in the event that we might need it. But I'll be up for a bit. Got a bit of washing up to do. And I feel I always get a mite peckish a few hours after dessert, so probably having another little course here or there. Some cheeses, if anyone might be interested, and probably a nice bottle of port. And he points to a round-bottomed glass bottle that he has set aside.
Well, I'm a bit embarrassed that I didn't ask this sooner or propose this sooner, but I think we probably should set some watches, and well, I don't mind taking first watch with you.
Oh, no, a terrible idea. I'd appreciate the company. Always like to have someone to talk with while I'm washing up, putting things aside. I find it makes the washing up go a little bit faster. Who would like us to wake them after we're done? And looks around. Very good, Ethan. And I apologize. What is the name of your familiar again? I know I should remember. But
Shakar.
All right, so Ithram and Shakar will take the next. And I apologize, Ithram. I wasn't sure what Shakar would eat. Just let me know which of the bowls seem most to their liking, and I'll make sure that they're all of that sort next time.
It's no problem. In worst case scenario, I take an hour, change his form, and he eats what you put in there.
Oh well, that's rather kind, but no, I'm always happy
He's
to
taken a
provide.
liking to the voles that you left in the
Very good. Bull voles
Oh,
all around next
yes.
time then.
Yeah, they're bull voles.
I like
Yep.
the idea that the 6-inch tiny
voles.
owl is a carnivore.
Yes.
Yeah.
The voles are as big as he is. With that accent,
But
it
he
sounded
eats
like
multiple.
with that accent, it sounded like bull balls, really.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in there. Maybe there is one of those bowls. There's a variety, as I said.
Nix, if no one else volunteers, Nixa will take third watch.
Okay.
So, you all bed down for the night, safe within the cozy little home route that Grumman provides. You all get your long rest. Titania,
Yeah.
at the end of your long rest, typically, you'll say a few prayers. Do you pray to the God Emperor today?
Sheesh.
No.
Okay. So, you get all benefits of your long rest, but none of your spell slots back.
Okay.
Your hit points do return to their normal maximum, those of you that had hit points reduced from the ghosts.
Okay. I had a reduction from the doppelgangers, I think, before.
Yeah, that's
Is
wish
that
only.
that's gone?
That's gone forever,
Okay.
unless you get a wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
the stuff you just suffered from that last fight returns.
Got it. Okay.
This is a meta question that would not necessarily come up unless the story provokes it. But as a druid calling on the powers of nature and through their divine bloodline with the God Emperor, would prayers to a different deity that had sufficient faith fulfill the requirements for restoring spell slots? Or
Okay.
Titania did the thing Titania has always done to get her spells back, and it didn't work today. Well, I mean, didn't do the thing, and so.
Yep.
She didn't do the thing that she normally does that she would need to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah.
It's okay. I still have lots of slots. I say confidently.
The spells weren't the thing that made us rest, though. I mean, whether or not she needed them, the spells weren't the thing that made us rest. What made us rest was the fact that she had no hit points.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Mechanic question on that real quick. Can I switch out spells without doing that, or do I have to?
You can still switch out spells.
Okay.
You just don't gain any of your spell slots back.
Gotcha.
Because a druid must spend an hour, must spend at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list in prayer and meditation. The prayer part is the important one here.
Yeah.
Also, while we are paused, for those drinking along at home, Grumman Spring Paloma is 2 ounces of mezcal or tequila blanco, half an ounce of grapefruit juice, half an ounce of lime juice, and a dash of rose water, shaken over ice, and then poured into a large brim glass and garnished with a wedge of grapefruit and a rose petal floating in it.
I wish I had the materials to make one of those.
AKA Craig's mixology game is on point.
Yep.
AKA, well, how can I take my random hobbies and bring them into my other random hobby?
I am so mad that I don't get to be a player in a game with Craig playing his character.
Oh, wait till we get to the Bellmender family reunion, John, and you'll be playing 20 NPCs.
When you go back to Swiggle. So, you all rest. Most of you are restored. You gather in the central common area. Those of you that were concerned about it see that Titania has regained most of her vitality. She is no longer withered as she was the night before.
She looks as healthy as I've seen her since I joined them. So
Yep.
Yeah.
that is satisfactory to me.
Do you still have how much longer does the home route last?
I believe it lasts
It lasts
for 24 hours, but I
until you turn
I
it
will
off.
double check that.
I think.
Yeah. You can say you can collapse it early as you
Yeah.
climb out of it, but let me double check that for you, John.
Have you spoken to at all again throughout the night?
Oh, no. No, I slept very well.
Insight check.
She's not lying.
Unless otherwise specified, I feel like Valdeth spent the night with Titania in the same room.
Yeah.
Annabella's hair is black today.
Mm. And Titania has switched to summer.
Ah, the rage of summer.
Yeah.
And someone needs to make sure to tell Jeremy he needs to do the thing for his personality.
Cannonball Run time.
Yeah.
Jeremy doesn't roll anything for his personality.
Yeah, it's when he changes personas is at the character's discretion.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Titania's the one that rolls for personality.
I thought it was after every long rest.
I don't roll for personality. I go based off of her emotional
I mean, that's
state.
fair, yeah. All right.
Cool.
John, I'm actually looking. It doesn't seem like it ends ever. I would have to assume that there's a way to collapse it back, but there's nothing in the actual item description.
Nothing in the actual item description.
Once planted, it stays.
Well, I guess we live
for
here
life.
now, gang.
No, I'll say that you can collapse it. You can choose to collapse it.
I mean, you can essentially destroy the stump, and it would collapse that way. But I hope I don't have to. Well, I don't know. On the other hand, that is very Grummond. Just like, all right, just give me a minute and just punch the stump for a couple minutes until it's destroyed.
I kind of like the idea that this might just be like a magic item that you're supposed to like grow like in like a patch of these, and you just pick one to take with you when you go on a journey, and so you just keep multiples of them.
Yeah, does the next one just spud off while you're resting?
Yeah, buddy.
I'll say that actually, because I like that. It doesn't.
Or-
you don't.
or like a
You don't
potato.
collapse it. There is just another You don't collapse it when you come out into the central room, Grummond. There's another one hanging from the ceiling.
Right. Okay.
Just reach up and
This house remains until it gets destroyed, but you can grow another one later.
yeah.
Nice.
Or it begins
So-
like decaying as soon as
I like
you
the ideas that they're little waypoints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
They're little,
Yeah. Okay.
they're little bonfires scattered throughout the ruins.
That's amazing.
Some other adventuring team will come across this thing and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Step inside. Oh shit! There's a house.
Oh, what the fuck? There's all these happy faces on the doors.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Next campaign.
it's-
Next campaign.
boy.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Boy.
Thank you for playing Dark Rum Souls.
Yeah.
Next campaign, next Gran Terra campaign, you all will come across some empty homeroom with a bunch of
I
faces and
cannot
doors.
wait.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck is this shit?
You're running through the next area. Oh, thank God. Before I got killed, I managed to light the tuber.
Shall we go then?
Hi, if everyone's ready.
Yep.
Let's
do
get
it.
moving.
Just take everything with you. It's not magical like the last place we stayed, but it's just inconvenient to have to backtrack to pick up your clothes. So just bring it with you.
Honey, I always bring everything with me.
What has Annabella changed back into traveling clothes at this point?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No,
Okay.
she changed back into her armor and all that shit. Yeah, no,
All
that was because this is the safest she's felt, and so she wanted to just be normal 4 minutes.
How much is Annabella willing to chat over the time that Grumman and Annabella are sitting watch? And I know we're about at the end of our time, so we can gloss over it or do it next time. But Grumman is sort of permanently in bartender mode and very willing to engage people in conversation.
She'd be plenty willing to chat with Grumman.
Okay. John, is that something we could role play out at some point, or what
if
would
you want
prefer?
That's up to you guys. I'm just here to arbitrate rules and push you along into a specific direction to kill you.
Would it be okay if we picked up with that next time then? Because we're at the end of our time.
We will pick up with that next time.
Although speaking of the last thing before we leave, Val is very much like, Annabella, you need to teach me where you get those dyes or how you do them, because you having different hair every day is fantastic, and I kind of want to be able to do something like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have this my pomade. I could use it 4 times a day, so you could borrow some if you'd like.
Excellent.
You got it off of a you actually got that off, you could tell if you wanted to. You got that off of a kobold that was sort of like carrying this wandering like garbage can of crap into Rom. It was just selling random shit for random prices.
Best NPC.
Yeah, I bought it off of a dragon rat not a while ago.
His name is Quickscale.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you give her a description, it's going to Quickscale.
Yeah, his name was Fast Skin or something.
Big scale.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, that lovely fellow.
This is actually the one I believe that gave us this wand. I hold up the wand of triplicate.
Oh.
Which, did you want to hold on to this, or did you want me to hold on to it, Tanya?
Do I have healing spells in there? No, I think
Revivify.
Revivify.
There's 2 charges of Revivify left, and then there's 3 shield and 2 ice knife.
Got it. Revivify is pretty nice, and
An ice
and
knife
also
is a spell that we can both use.
Yeah.
The charges of Revivify, remember, have already had the material cost paid when you put it into the...
Yeah, and I don't have to expend a slot. Okay, yeah. Yes, please. I will take that.
All right. So you gather your things, you gather your party before venturing forth. 2 of you remembering a pleasant conversation you had the night before. And as you climb out of the stump, you find yourselves face to face with a starry sky. As you look around, and the landscape has changed. There's no longer a ruin around you. There is now an expanse of dark purple grass and a sky filled with stars that do not match the constellations you're familiar with. And off in the distance, silhouetted against the starscape, you see a massive, elongated humanoid form, blotting out stars as it walks past.
Well, shit.
And that's what we'll leave off for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.